Hello and welcome to another episode, installment, whatever, of Vlogs by Shigete Vlogs, and another episode of Post Every Night in September, or PENiS, if you want to spell it out for the acronym. And this episode is going to be the first of my non-convention coverage. The first four, this is number 5 for September 5th. I believe it's September 5th. Yes, September 5th. Because I'm doing these in advance so I don't get behind. The date I'm recording this is August 30th, but this is the video for Monday, September 5th. And today starts the hashtag inspired topics. Some of them are from Twitter, so some of you may recognize them, and some of them I just came up with on my own. Which way should I go? I apologize for the laundry and towels and stuff behind me, but this is a casual style video, so I really don't care. Anyway, so starting this week, this, I guess, 5-day week, these videos will be based around a hashtag or another. And for today, for Monday, I chose to talk and rant about morons at work. Anyone's work. It could be my work, which is what these people are going to be based upon. These situations are going to be based upon. It could be at, any kind of retail work or whatever. And I'm dubbing this hashtag Moron Monday, because the people that come into my place of work, of which I won't mention, for example, can be complete morons. And I'm going to go through some of the things that they do as a kind of rant or a discussion video or whatever. And yeah, let's get going. So, the first kind of person that really deserves the title of moron on Moron Monday, hashtag Moron Monday, are the kinds of people that come up to your cash register on their phone. They come up to your phone, they're all like, how can I do this? There we go. Like, the reports are due tomorrow, and I'm all like, $4.99 please. The reports, and they hand you the money. I'm like, okay, you can put your freaking phone down for a moment and say, hey, how you doing? How's your night going? All right, $4.99 out of 5. Have a good night. If everyone did that, I'd be a much happier cashier in situations like that. Some people, granted, do actually come up to the register, come into the store on their phones, and before they get to the register, either put them on hold, put the phone in their pocket, say they'll call the other party back, whatever. That's fine. I appreciate that. And I call them out on that because it's a very good thing to do. But when people come up to the register and freaking talk as if I'm not there when they're trying to buy something, the temptation for me is always there. If there's a line, it's even worse, because other people might get impatient with these morons, I guess you can say, talking on their phone and not paying attention to what's going on around them. I'm very tempted to just say, next, and call the person up behind them and not even serve them until they're off the phone. Temptation is there. I never do it because that's bad customer service practice, but it's always a temptation. Alright, those morons are taken care of. The next kind of moron I want to mention here, and this may probably be a less than 15-minute video. That'll be pretty cool. Alright, the next kind of moron I want to mention is, and I'll just say I work in a convenience store and we serve coffee and we have a cream machine. People don't seem to realize that the little tray, or maybe they do realize, but they don't care. Say, oh, the clerk will clean it up. Yeah, well, the cream machine or the creamizer, I don't know, thing, the cream dispenser cooler thing, has a tray to collect any like moisture and drippings and whatever, like milk or cream that drips and what have you. But people take their entire cups of coffee and pour it in there because it's excess and they don't want to sip it off and go, drink it and make it so the cap goes down properly, etc. Really? I mean, it's not great to put it in the trash, but it's better than putting it in that tray. And when people make their coffee, they leave moderate to severe messes behind them, and they do not clean up. Is this your home? Do you do that at your home? No? Then don't do it here, because it's ridiculous, and I end up having to clean it because it's part of my job. But still, I shouldn't have to every time they're over there serving themselves coffee. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. All right, those are my thoughts on that. If I'm looking down, it's because I have a list of things that I wrote down. All right, that's good. Okay, this one's a doozy. This one is a doozy. This one involves people asking me or anyone else that could be on duty if they can use the restroom, or they're asking if this one individual, I won't say his or her name for privacy, because I don't dislike this person, I just dislike how they acted in this one instance. I respect what they're doing with their life and everything, but I'm not going to make fun of them or anything. It's just that their actions were really dumb, and I really didn't like it. There is a sign on the window as you walk into my place of work that says "No public restroom. Thank you for understanding." All right, and people come in and they start asking if they can use a restroom, and so I'm like, my response is no, it's not public. They're like, what if I buy something? Which, granted, some places do require you to be a customer, technically, a paying customer, to use their restroom. Which, okay, I understand that, but that's not the policy of my work's company, my store's company. Okay, that's sometimes not enough for some people. Sometimes they start to argue with me. They say they can get legal action involved. They say that they can, if they have a medical condition, like with this individual that I'm thinking of, that they can get medical papers in, and they can get me fired because they can get an infection if they're not able to use the restroom when they need to or want to. It's so freaking ridiculous, because if you have to use the restroom that badly and you can't hold it while you're walking around shopping, why not just go somewhere, relieve yourself, and then do your shopping? Genius, right? Really genius. So that's another kind of person I don't like, because they won't listen to me. And I think even a few times I know a few times when people would just push their way into the back and use the restroom, and that didn't make me, and one time even my manager was there with me, happy. So I don't understand people like that. Most people, though, actually understand, and they're like, hey, is there a bathroom or a restroom I can use here? I'm like, no, it's not public, I'm sorry. And they're not happy, but they understand. And during the day, I tell them where to go, but typically I work overnight, so I really don't know where there's places to do that overnight legally and properly. But then I learned at the police station up the street, you can do it there. So there you go. I'll tell people to do that. But yeah, if an establishment has something posted on the window as you walk in, saying that there's no public restroom, no soliciting, no loitering, etc., don't do it, because you'll get yourself in trouble, and you'll put clerks like myself in a bad position, and you'll make us do things we don't want to. Alright, so that's another moron style episode. Next up on my list, yeah, this one. We have a milk section in the cooler, and people love to find the dated milk that they feel is not going to go bad too quickly. So what they do is, we have one shelf has the quarts, the next shelf has the half gallons, and the bottom two shelves have the gallons. That kind of model in a like a drink cooler, a milk cooler, whatever. And yeah, what they like to do is they like to go and find the dates they want. So they take one and put it down here. Take this and put it up here. It's like, are you serious? You're just messing it up for everyone else when we have to go in and check dates to take it down so the milk is still good for you to have, so it won't go bad. I don't understand their logic there. They just mess it up. And many times when I'm actually stocking the milk every night, lately it's been okay, but sometimes I go into the cooler there to where the milk is, and the dates are all freaking messed up. Not just on the shelf, but sometimes this isn't the fault of the customer, but it's the fault of one of the coworkers or the vendor if they go in there and start stocking and putting milk in back stock from where until it's ready to be stocked. One time I found like an August 15th in the front, August 15th in the back and August 19th or 20th in the front, when it should be the other way around. First in, first out, right? So, yeah, I hate it when people do that. It takes up like at least 10 to 15 plus minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot. But when you only have 8 hours to do more than 8 hours worth of work, you have to do things quickly so you can get a lot done. I can't always accomplish this, so I can't always practice what I preach, but that's always my goal. Even if I slouch a little bit, I try to get back into stuff, into good habits, whatever. And people like this don't help that, and they don't make it easy. So yeah, milk messer-uppers. If that's even a word. Alright. Next order of business here. Oh yeah. This one is somewhat of a doozy as well. But I made this note when I was thinking of one particular person that's coming in lately. But since we're a convenience store, we have a whole wall, like a whole section, a whole part of a wall with lottery tickets, scratch tickets, and we have a lottery machine that can print you Powerball, Mega Millions. Here in Massachusetts, we have what's called Lucky for Life, stuff like that, and people that come in to play scratch tickets for hours on end, whether they get one ticket at a time, one kind of person, and they go and scratch it, go to the corner where we have the lottery table, a lottery table and everything, and then come back 2 minutes later for another one, and rinse and repeat. That's one kind of person that really gets on my nerves. Because you literally can't leave behind the register, behind the counter. Because they're done within 2 to 5 minutes, and as soon as you leave, they're back up at the counter. It's all like, really? Can you not buy if you're gonna buy $300 or $400? I'm not kidding. People spend that much. If you're gonna buy $300 to $400 worth of tickets in one night, get it all at once, go home and scratch them all, and then come back. Who would have thunk? Right? Spending $400 to $500, let's say, on what I call the $5 cash words, the crosswords that many people like. If you're gonna spend that much, spend it all at once. Go home, waste your time with them at home, win something, and come back. Don't waste the clerk like myself's time with scratching one at a time for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours at a time. That's sometimes when I can't get my work done, and then I have to cram towards the end, and I'm in trouble. So that's not my fault, and I get in trouble for that sometimes. Ridiculous. So yeah, chronic gamblers that don't know their limits, and they spend way too much money. Hey, you know what? They can spend as much of their money as they want, but they're wasting my time. All right, another moron type or moron instance taken care of. I've got 2 more here. All right, and the gist of this one, I'm not going to read out what I wrote because it's really rough. Because it was just an idea. When I had a dead moment at work, I'm like, oh, here's an idea. It's basically customers that think they know what you're doing is wrong, and they try and get into your business and they say they can get you in trouble, and stuff like that. Ridiculous. I will say this about one person. He comes in, I know his name, but I won't mention it here. He comes in, and one time, he has a long history, but the reason why I'm thinking of this individual is that he comes in, he thinks he sees me doing something wrong up at the register, he calls me out on it, and he says he can make my life a living hell. I'm like, guy, It's not your problem. It's not your business. Why are you making it your problem? And ever since then, he's had a huge grudge on me. Also due to other reasons involving him not being able to bring in his dogs. Because again, there's a sign in the window. No pets allowed unless they're service animals, of which they are not. They're fluffy little dogs. Okay, sure, not my kind of dog. But if it's not allowed to bring it in, then don't do it. Simple as that. It's like, don't ask for the restroom. If it's because there's a sign on the window, don't do it. And there's this other individual also that I have in my notes here that comes in and tells you how to do your job in other ways. The first guy actually criticized me for doing something wrong, or so he thought. If I whatever he said, I know what he said I did wrong. Again, I'm not going to mention it here. Whatever he said, whatever he thinks I did wrong, if I had gotten into trouble, it would have been the next day. And this is like almost a year later. GG. Good game. Alright. So, the other guy said, would tell myself and one of my fellow overnight coworkers when I'm not there, how to bag our merchandise. Yeah, he runs a liquor store up the street, and if he wants to tell his employees what to do, good job, go ahead. But when you come into a store as a guest, as a customer, you have no right to tell people what to do. No freaking right. So, that's another moron, and half the time he'll come in drunk, extra moron status, because he's a moron drunk, because some people that come, this is a tangent, but some people that come in drunk can be actually quite amusing and quite fine. Interesting, and I have to be careful with them, but they're not dangerous. And this guy, if you piss him off when he's drunk, oh boy, I do not want to know what happens. Anyway, so yeah, people that don't mind their own business when they come in and they think they can tell you what to do for the better good, which is ridiculous. Alright. Now, where is my final point? Here it is. Here is one of the biggest episode of moron that I can think of when I wrote this down. People come in and they only solely have a $100 bill for payment. And sometimes I even see debit credit cards in their wallets. Maybe there's no credit or balance available to use. I understand that. But they only have a Benjamin, a $100 bill on them, whether it's the new one with the new strip in the middle to make it very hard to, if at all possible, to counterfeit, or the original $100 bills, which are counterfeitable up the nose. They only have that available, and sometimes it's for something that's like $3 or $4. Seriously? If you know you're only going to get like a couple packs of gum and a coffee, then go break that 100 and give me a 20. Then you'll get back like $16 or $17 instead of like $98, of which I may or may not have in the register. Okay? So those are all the different kinds of morons. So yeah, another thing to add to the $100 fellow, the $100 instance, etc., is one time this guy came in and all he was getting was a thing of peanut butter, which is like, I don't know, that big for like $5 or $6. Yeah, my convenience store prices are not the convenience store prices in the convenience industry, that part of the retail industry. They're not cheap for some things, but people buy them in troves. Okay, troves, groves, take your pick. And he comes in, he gets the thing of peanut butter and a bag of grapefruit snacks. I think it was Welch's fruit snacks. I don't know if that's a brand where you guys might live, but anyway, it was about $9 worth of stuff, or $10 worth of stuff or something. And he comes in with a $100 bill. I say I can't break it because I'm not supposed to have, thousands of dollars in my register for safety. And he loses it. He calls me a mother effer. He, I don't know. He leaves. It's like, oh, for how long you been open, you mother effer? Bye. He leaves. He breaks the $100 bill like at the nearby CVS pharmacy, comes back, and he buys the stuff for the 20. I wish people would do that sooner. Yeah, this has been Post Every Night September number 5, PENiS number 5, for September 5th, 2016. And if you enjoy my content, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to check out my other channels, which are Shiggity Shig and Shigate Plays, there's going to be links to all that stuff down in the bottom bar. And if nothing else, have yourselves a great day, and look forward to tomorrow's topic, which I'll give you a preview. Tomorrow's topic is going to be hashtag Tech Tuesday, and I don't know about every week, but at least this Tuesday it'll be Tech Tuesday. And this week I'll be talking about portable batteries or USB batteries, like this and this, so you can charge your devices on the go, like your handheld video game consoles or your phones or tablets, or I don't know, foot warmer. I don't know, something that uses a USB plug to charge their battery. So that's going to be tomorrow's topic, of which I'll probably record very soon so I don't fall behind on these videos. But anyway, Tuesday's topic for Tuesday, September 6th is going to be Tech Tuesday, and they'll be on portable USB batteries. Have yourself a great day, everyone.